I got to tell you, I think a lot of people were expecting to hear Robbie Ray's name, but with the innings and Corbin Burnes are like, Wheeler was so good, and Scherzer 7-0 in 11 starts. All those starts, his team won. But no, it's Corbin Burnes that wins the NL Cy Young. Now, before we sign off, let's say hello to our friend, the Secretary-Treasurer of the BBWAA, Jack O'Connell, and get his takeaway from the big news tonight. Jack, what stood out to you?
Greg, Robbie Ray's 13 victories this year for the Blue Jays tied Felix Hernandez in 2010 with the Mariners for the lowest of an American League Cy Young Award-winning starting pitcher in a full season. Corbin Burnes' 11 victories for the Brewers tied Jacob deGrom with the Mets in 2019 for the second lowest total of a National League Cy Young Award-winning starter in a full season. deGrom's 10 victories in 2010 is the all-time low for a starting pitcher in a full season. It has been clear over the past decade that voters are using a vast array of statistical information beyond victory totals to grade Cy Young Award candidacies.
Yeah, thank you very much. Somewhere there's Brian Kenny giggling because he's been saying kill the win for a long time. It's not kill the walk, kill the win. It doesn't matter anymore for the Cy Young stuff. I will say this, both guys, and you alluded to this in the interviews, in a way, were reclamation projects based on how much they struggled earlier before they were Cy Young Award winners.
Greg, this is, to me, so inspiring about player development does not stop when you get to the big leagues. It's actually even more important. Robbie Ray, a guy walking 7 per 9 innings last year, wins the Cy. Corbin Burnes, as he said, got kicked in the teeth a couple of years ago, came up with a cutter, changed his career. There's Cy Young winners out there right now that have good arms, haven't figured it out on the big league level yet, and you look at these stories and you say, I could be next.
Now, I remember when Corbin Burnes was being bounced back and forth between a spot starter and he was a reliever, and all of our pitching gurus were saying, I don't like this, you're messing up a big arm. Looking back, did it help Corbin Burnes?
It may have helped, but they struck gold with Burnes and Woodruff the same way. You could say the same thing about Freddie Peralta. The Brewers have done something, they've done it right. I think what I take away from today more than anything, there are different ways that we look at pitchers right now. And I think Corbin Burnes is an example. Robbie Ray is an example that more so ever, organizations right now are willing to take a flyer on something, on a guy, on an arm, on a fastball, something that they think plays, and not just label a guy, hey, you're a reliever. You know, hit a bad year last year. You don't have enough stuff. So you know what? You're probably a middle guy. You're a guy that can pitch multiple innings. That's not the case anymore. It's easier now to get a chance to be a starting pitcher more than ever.
And you don't need to throw 250 innings to win a Cy Young like Jack McDowell did back in the 90s. Take a look at what Corbin Burnes just did. He won the Cy Young with the fewest innings ever. I mean, ever. 167 total innings, which easily surpasses Blake Snell at over 180 innings. And we thought that was mind-blowing. And then you see Robbie Ray with over 193.
Well, the game has changed, and certainly Milwaukee and Tampa, going back to Blake Snell, have been at the forefront here. Corbin only pitched twice on the 5th day. Basically a 6-man rotation, always giving him, quote-unquote, extra rest. Only 100 pitches 6 times this year. They got him out when the lineup turned over a 3rd time. Terrific bullpen. That's the way the game is played now. His rate stats were off the chart, but usage, that's today's game.
Can we officially kill the win?
No.
Oh, yeah. No, as far as this award goes.
This award, yes. But I think it is still important in Major League Baseball. I do.
Why?
Because you
think Corbin Burnes and Robbie Ray kind of had subpar years because they only won a combined 24 games?
No, you know what this tells me? That it's more about quantity than quality. Is can you give me a good body of work? I don't need, you'd like to get 30 to 35 starts, but how about give me 18 to 25 really good starts, where 10 years ago that wasn't the case. You wanted appearances, you wanted innings to go along with it.
You know, they used to say that the opponent will tell you when it's time to get out of the game. That's not the case anymore. You're not allowed to face a lineup for the 3rd time in a ball game.
Well,
that's
it's
not
got a
their
lot to do
fault.
with bullpen. Zach Wheeler didn't have the same kind of bullpen behind him as Corbin Burnes. So bullpen will dictate how long you go.
This was fun, guys. For Tom, Dan, my name's Greg. Once again, Robbie Ray getting it done. Corbin Burnes, those are your Cy Young Award winners. Congrats, guys.